Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I am your ever-loving host, Shorty, and I'm back with another review. And it's another bad idea comic book. It's Cul-De-Sac, and it's one of those that, yes, there's a few reasons why I was happy to give it a try, but I wasn't 100% sure going into it I would love it. Now, it's another bad idea comic book, and that is reason one, I guess, because any company where we can start getting stuff in, or we've only just had options to order things, I'm like, yeah, I'm absolutely going to try a few things out, put them on the shelves, put them on the spinners, make sure that people are aware we can get them in, and hopefully it'll introduce people to new comic books and never would have read before. I love that part of my job. It's probably my favourite part of it. Secondly, it's got Mike Carey writing it, and he is a writer with a hell of a pedigree. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not the kind of Mike Carey fan that has read every single thing he's done, but when I was getting properly into comic books as a younger man, Lucifer was an ongoing I was picking up, and I absolutely adored it. I think the fact they made a TV series of it is actually pretty cool, but they did Mazikeen wrong. That's all I'm going to say. Couple that with the fact that it's also got a teaser, or had a teaser, should I say, in the Planet Death issue one from the same company. I was like, oh damn, this is actually looking really, really good. Like, it's moved beyond the let's just do it for curiosity, let's just do it to support a writer I love. It's now like, hell, this could be amazing. And a lot of that comes down to the Jonathan Weishak of it all. And he's an artist I'm not that familiar with. He's got a very, very cool, very loose but deliberate style. It leans into caricature every once in a while. Never really spends that long in photorealism. It's far more style than anything else. I think probably the closest I can kind of think of it is... Sorry, I've forgotten a name. Just bear with me 1 second. Bisley. Simon Bisley. Bisley-esque, shall we say, because if nothing else, it's a fun word. It's that style of artwork I've been a fan of for a very long time, since I was reading Slain books and other such things, again, back when I was a much younger man. So seeing that art style play out in this wonderful, kind of maybe subversive take on vampires, I was like, right, okay, I'm like 100% into it. Now, before we get into the story of it, and it is a good story, I'm going to spend a little bit longer on the Weishak of it all, because he is brilliant. There's an awful lot of things that's really nice, not just an art style, which I enjoy, but how he applies an awful lot of things to it. He has no problem absolutely dropping colours out of things. I'm purely going off blacks, whites and greys, and it works brilliantly. He has no problem with bleeds into and out of the guttering to add an extra layer of flow and confusion sometimes when it's necessary. And probably my favourite thing he does is how good he is at emotion on faces. And I was trying to find a way to explain it as best as I can, and the closest I can come up with is he can do a hell of a smile. And it doesn't really matter what emotion's on somebody's face. If it's something which would get a smile, be that joy, delight, or satisfaction, or love, maybe even malice, just, reveling in pain, if that's still something which would make a character smile, he makes that smile get across everything that needs to do. And it's not just in the mouth, it runs to the eyes, it's all over the face. It is this huge blowout of what's going on inside their head. It's some of the best non-verbal communication kind of stuff I've seen in terms of artwork. Throw into that when he does put colours in, they are immaculate. It looks like it's all done with colouring pencil, well, mostly done with colouring pencil, and again, he will let stuff bleed out to add from, so it's not just the colour of the thing, but also the palette of the world around it. It goes to pales, washed out colours when it needs to be, but also some of the most rich and deep colouring I've seen in quite some time. It is brilliant. Now, to the writing of it all, Carey is great. I'm not going to say he's anything other than that. Like I say, he is responsible for one of my favourite comic books, and has done a whole bunch of other really cool stuff since then, and probably before then as well, although that was the first thing of his I've read. In this particular case, I knew this was a vampire story, again, from just little bits of reading online and the promo stuff in Planet Death. What I really liked about it is an attempt made to reimagine, but in a way which does add something to it, rather than just throwing in like a slightly different YA take on vampires, or committing to the more brutal stuff of 30 Days and 30 Nights. It's an interesting little divide on it. It's vampires with families, with different powers, different abilities, different raison d'etres, and the people hunting them having their own motivations, sometimes going beyond just what they believe to be hunting dangerous animals which prey on humanity. And throughout all this fantastic storytelling, we have wonderful characterization. Every beat is added to by the fact that we're seeing it from the eyes, through the eyes of these characters in this world, and we get to see who they are by how they respond to it, how they respond to each other, their takes on the world before they know what's going on, and how those things change just adds extra layers, not only to the characters, but to the story and to the world. The world building itself is brilliant and understated, the exact kind of way it should be. Honestly, I prefer this one to Planet Death. I kind of wish they had put this one out first as like the big one we could have got in to be like, hey, we can get Bad Idea comic books. But put it this way, if it managed to maintain this level of quality throughout, expect it's one of my best of the year list. I thoroughly love it. That's it for me for now, though. Until I see you all again, look out, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.